Do you remember the audition when you first met De Niro?
That was, yeah, I mean, that was one of those incredible auditions that came around that I suppose every kid had been waiting for a long period of time, because it's just not that often that you get a starring role above Robert De Niro in this incredible, screenplay, and was, Ellen Barkin and Michael Caton Jones, and it was just, everyone was sort of fiending for this role. And I got down, I suppose, to the final five, and there was like a last sort of day. Toby was there, and I do remember thinking to myself, I gotta do something. I gotta do something to stand out. And in the audition, it was Art Linson, Michael Caton Jones. Art Linson was the producer, and De Niro. And I remember there was a mustard jar scene, and he had to jam a mustard jar in my eye repeatedly. It was an abuse scene. And the script sort of didn't call for it, but I got up and he said, "Now, is it empty? Is it empty?" And I got up and I screamed, "No!" Like completely unnecessary, but I screamed in his face, and I sat there, with my head, looking like a red tomato, and everyone started laughing at me in the entire room. De Niro, everybody was in hysterics, and I sat there frozen, thinking, "Oh my God, I just screwed this entire opportunity up." And I just sat there frozen. And then, Bob, in traditional De Niro fashion, kind of just looked at me and went, "It's good, it's good, it's good." and then, we carried on doing the scene, and I think I actually had dinner with De Niro recently, and he told me, no, I was the one who said you should get the job.
I'm very proud that a movie like this got made. It's very, very, very rare to see films that are this ambitious coming out of the Hollywood studio system. So I'm sort of on a tirade trying to promote this film, because I just want to see more films like this out there as a fan of movies. But as far as awards are concerned, the truth is there's a lot of peace of mind in it, because you really realize that you ultimately have no control of these things.
Is it something you hope for, or set off to the side?
Like I said, honestly, I do these movies because I really love movies, and I want to make great movies. All that stuff is totally beyond your control. It really is.
Has acting turned out to be all that you wanted it to be?
It's incredible. It's incredible. I never knew that I could do it as a career. I never knew. It was the first memory that I had. It's the first thing I can think of is saying, I want to be an actor, to my parents. And if I hadn't lived in Los Angeles and been in such close proximity to sort of the mecca of movie making, if I didn't have parents that said, okay, we'll drive you to auditions, we didn't have the economic means to, move camp from Idaho to Los Angeles because some snotty 10-year-old kid says, I want to be an actor. We did it, and after school I got to go on auditions, but it was always, and I've said this before, it felt like an elite group of people, and it felt like I would never belong to them. So once I got the opportunity to, for example, get the movie This Boy's Life with Robert De Niro, I said, wow, now I'm able to I might be able to steer the course of my career. I might be able to have a career similar to these guys that I so admire. And that I knew at 15 years old was the biggest gift in the world, and that's never left me. I've never that thirst or that hunger for wanting to give one great performance that I'm truly satisfied with, or be in one movie that I said, I love this film, is something that I don't know will ever be quenched. I don't know, and I think that's a good thing, because it keeps pushing you. You're constantly dissatisfied, in other words. Everything at the end of the day when you're making a movie starts with the material and how well written the script is. I've never seen a silk purse made from a sow's ear. I've never seen it happen wherein a crap script with crap characters, a director somehow found a way to make a masterpiece out of it. And that's the constant struggle that we all sort of have as actors, is finding those gems, and that's why people grab onto them like vultures. When you find a great piece of material or a great script, it's like, you should see what happens. It's like a piranha feeding fest. Everyone wants it. What gives me strength all the time is to be able to have formulated a group of people around me that are my friends and my family. You know, those two words are enmeshed in my opinion, but it's given me a grounding that, as insane as my life can be sometimes, is always refreshing, and they're always so honest with me, and I'm so thankful for that.